$1 million could soon come to one Central Georgia college, the shortage that the governor hopes the funds will help the state address. Plus, finding out if you have COVID-19 could get easier here in Bibb County, and changes are coming to a testing site in Baldwin County. What you need to know if you're planning to get a test in Central Georgia. Well, good Friday morning. You're taking a live look over Houston County, I-75. You can see traffic is moving nice and smoothly out there. The time is now 6:30 a.m. on this January the 14th. How you doing? It's Friday. It's a payday. Got a little bit of extra cash in your wallet. I hope you're feeling good. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Wanye Reese. Even though you have that extra cash in your wallet, you might want to stay home this weekend, Courtney, because regardless of any winter weather, we're definitely going to have some rain this weekend.
That's right. Yeah, nothing like a cold rain. I'll tell you just right off the bat. Sunday is going to be one of those days where you have the nice warm blankets, you watch some movies, get all the movie snacks. So maybe that's what you need to do with your extra cash today, is go and prepare yourself for a little movie night in. Area-wide, we are in the upper 30s and low 40s. 40 in Warner Robins, 39 in Macon, 39 in Gordon, 41 in Unadilla and in Butler, and 41 in Wrightsville. So compared to some of the mornings we've had recently, this is probably feeling pretty nice to you as you head out the door. Still going to need that jacket though. Through the day today, mostly sunny. It'll be a wonderful Friday. Enjoy it. Temperatures will climb into the low 60s for the afternoon with a light breeze, mostly sunny. Couldn't ask for better. It'll be a wonderful forecast. Of course, that is going to change as a weather system that's currently starting to sink off to the southeast will continue to push to the southeast and bring with it the potential for winter weather to parts of Tennessee, even North Georgia. But what about here at home? I'm going to take you through what the models say in a few minutes. Now, of course, with that winter weather potential across parts of the area, especially in North Georgia, there are people preparing, and that includes Georgia Power. They're gearing up for possible winter weather. Different companies and state departments are preparing all together. Georgia Power says it's monitoring forecasts, and storm teams are ready to respond to potential customer outages. The company says it's ready to work around the clock in case of service interruptions. They urge you to stay safe, including watching and avoiding down power lines if storms roll through. Although, as I've said all morning, for now it looks like the worst is going to stay to our north. Always a good idea to stay prepared anyway. And of course, let your family and friends to the north know. The Georgia Department of Transportation also has its eyes on weather conditions and on the roads. The state agency says it has over 50,000 tons of salt on hand and more than 46,000 tons of gravel ready for any icy roads across the Peach State, which is possible to our north. Over 400 snow removal dump trucks are also on standby to help clear the roads. GDOT says brine treatments will begin in affected areas this morning and will continue through tomorrow and into Sunday in preparation of possible freezing rain, ice, sleet, and snow. Crews will focus on treating interstates, state routes, bridges and overpasses. Extra important on those bridges and overpasses. And if you're headed to Athens, of course, to celebrate with the dogs, be especially careful if you spend the night and head home on Sunday. I'll have details on even that parade forecast and my full forecast in just a few minutes. Wanye.
Well, thank you so much, Courtney. Definitely some good updates. Let's get you to some news happening across the state. More money set to come to two Central Georgia colleges as Governor Brian Kemp looks to bump up the number of healthcare workers. The governor plans to give $1 million to Mercer University to help them fight a doctor shortage in rural Georgia. He announced the news in his State of the State address on yesterday. The plan for the $1 million is to help Mercer School of Medicine continue providing doctors and clinics in some of the state's most underserved areas. The school has over 150 graduates each year, and the majority of them stay in Georgia. Governor Kemp's also setting aside $900,000 for Middle Georgia State University's Dublin campus. It's to help the college graduate more nurses and address the state's nursing shortage. That wasn't the only education-related news Governor Kemp talked about in his address. He also endorsed a $2,000 pay raise for Georgia teachers in his fiscal year 2023 budget that would complete a $5,000 promise that he raised back in 2019. Another topic the governor touched on was crime in the state. He proposed solutions, including an anti-gang unit within the Attorney General's office. He says it could allow Georgia's Attorney General to direct more resources towards prosecuting gangs. You can read a breakdown of the governor's speech right now. That's on our website at 13wmaz.com. All right, let's talk about the latest dealing with COVID-19. Testing in the state gets help from the Georgia National Guard. Governor Kemp announced at the end of December that the state would deploy about 200 troops to help with testing starting earlier this month. Across Georgia, some testing lines have stretched for miles with people waiting days for their results. Dr. Mary Chatham at Wellstars says help from the Guard came just in the nick of time.
Having them on the front lines with the team and having their ability to be able to respond to what they're used to being an emergency or a crisis, and this is an emergency and a crisis. They bring a sense of calmness.
That's why I do it, honestly. I do this for free. It just gives me some purpose. I just really enjoy being able to volunteer and help people.
Well, that was Georgia National Guard Sergeant Nicholas Craigs. He's on the front lines of the pandemic for the third time, and he says he has done everything from cleaning rooms at nursing homes to helping give out tests at urgent care facilities. Craig says as long as the state needs the help, he's ready to lend a helping hand wherever it's needed. Here in Macon, you now have more options to get a COVID-19 test. Atrium Health Navison says services are available at their virtual care center on Bloomfield Road. It's by appointment only, so if you think you need a test, they ask that you speak with a virtual visit provider and schedule a test. Virtual visits for COVID-19 testing are available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. To schedule one, you can go to navisonhealth.org/virtual-visit. Starting today, drive-through COVID-19 testing at one Central Georgia Health Department will change to a new location. The North Central Health District says testing at the Baldwin County Health Department will move to Walter Williams Jr. Park. That's at 59 Georgia 22 West. You'll need to enter the site from Georgia 212 and exit onto Georgia 22. Testing will be available Monday and Friday from 8 a.m. to noon, but you must make an appointment. Monday, the country will remember the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's a federal holiday marking the birthday of the civil rights leader. Ahead of the day, the state will hold its annual Martin Luther King Jr. Celebration of Service event. The Georgia Department of Community Affairs says it will start at the Capitol at noon with a reception. A ceremony follows at 1:30. Governor Brian Kemp, the Speaker of the House, other state lawmakers and representatives from the King family will present awards. The Community Affairs Department plans to air the event live on its YouTube channel. Today, one Central Georgia school will celebrate the Reverend's accomplishments. Georgia Military College in Milledgeville says it will host an MLK Jr. ceremony this afternoon at 2:30. It's happening at the Goldstein Center for Performing Arts on the school's campus. It's free and open to everyone. The time is now 6:37 a.m. Courtney, I'll never remember. Just clear my throat. Lord have mercy.
Struggling a little
I'm
bit.
trying to go down memory lane. Let me clear my throat. The time is now 6:37 a.m. I remember when I first started back in 2018 and I participated in the Martin Luther King March for a story, and it was really, really cold outside, and it seems like that's going to be the case again this year.
That's right. Yes, typical January. You know, it's supposed to be cold this time of year, although I guess the past couple of weeks until about this week, our weather has been very roller coaster-esque, from 70s to 40s to 50s. But of course, the big stories we head into this weekend, no matter what event you're going to, is going to be that winter weather. Will we experience any in Central Georgia? We're going to take you through it. For now, we're just going to give you a quick run through of what to expect as you head out the door and for the day today. You're looking live on top of the fairgrounds in Perry. A couple of people already rolling out the door this morning for Friday. We have made it to the end of the work week, everyone. Temperature in Perry at 39 degrees, and area-wide we're generally in the upper 30s and low 40s. As we head through the afternoon today, another beautiful afternoon. Temperatures will climb into the upper 50s and low 60s. I think most of us will make it into the 60s today. Mostly sunny, a little bit of a light breeze. Can't ask for a better forecast. Now, the story changes tomorrow, not only if you're heading to Athens, but across the Peach State. It's going to be a little bit on the cloudy side. If you are heading up to the parade tomorrow, I know you're probably so excited. It's going to be chilly for the morning. Upper 30s by the time campus opens. When the parade starts, we'll be in the low 40s, overcast skies, and then when the celebration kicks off at 2 o'clock, it'll be in the upper 40s. Now, we made it a point to write it on this graphic because this is key. Very important for all of you Central Georgians watching us this morning, heading up to that parade. Do not spend the night. Can't stress that enough. You do not want to wake up and have to drive in the conditions that are expected up in Athens, that are going to start in the overnight hours and really starting Saturday night. So when the festivities are over, head home. It's the best bet for you, or you're going to have to drive in some very tough conditions. Ice is not easy to drive in. Neither is any kind of snow, and that is possible up in the Athens area. What about here at home? We're going to talk about it. Here is the weather system that we're watching. Area of high pressure all the way up in Canada. That's going to help push this system down and then build in that wedge. And that has been a big question. how strong does that wedge make its presence across the state of Georgia, especially here in central Georgia? I'm going to take you through one of the models. Now, this is a newer model. This model, I've said it all morning long, I have trust issues with it because even with our past couple of cold fronts that are typical this time of year, this hasn't been doing well with. So then now we're taking a potential winter weather situation. I'm not so sure that I have a lot of confidence in it, but still, this is a potential solution, and we're going to talk about why I think that this model is saying what it is. Starting at 8 o'clock, we'll introduce the chance for rain, potentially some widespread rain. If you have any Saturday night plans, it does look like around the dinner time hour, we'll start to have rain roll in from the west. As we head into early Sunday morning, here's 6 o'clock. The graph model is thinking the wedge is going to build in quite strong. So that means that colder air is going to spill in all the way into central Georgia, allowing for that changeover from a chilly rain into maybe a wintry mix. So sleet rain, that slushy rain, and maybe even by 8 o'clock transitioning into some sort of flurry activity indicated by that purple color. The low of the center of circulation, the low that is within this system is going to be moving off to the northeast. In the meantime, that cold air is going to be rushing in behind it. So if you already have the wedge that's keeping us cold enough to have a changeover, the rain is reinforcing that cold air, and then you have the cold air spilling in behind that front. Is this a possibility? Maybe even have flurries into the afternoon south of the 16 corridor. It's a possibility. Do I think this is the most likely scenario? No, because the rest of the models keep all the winter weather north. The North American model, which is another one of those slightly higher resolution models that only goes out a couple of days, that thinks we could see a wintry mix in central Georgia, but that's about it. So the graph, again, which hasn't been super reliable lately, is the only one really hinting that we can have any kind of flurry activity. So don't get your hopes up quite yet. I think for the most part, we'll look at maybe a wintry mix north of central Georgia, otherwise a cold rain. But are a few flurries possible? I'm not going to say that's completely out of the question. Beyond Sunday will be dry and cool with highs in the 50s for MLK Day. Next rain chance beyond our cold front will come on Wednesday.